Some experiences are so unsettling they defy logic. Sometimes we encounter things that we simply can't explain. This is one of those stories. The house in question is a Victorian-era mansion built in the late 1800s. It has stood the test of time, witnessing countless events and harboring many secrets. Originally constructed by a wealthy industrialist, the mansion was a symbol of opulence and grandeur. Its halls were once filled with the laughter of high society gatherings and the whispers of clandestine meetings. Over the years, it has gained a reputation for being haunted, with numerous reports of strange occurrences and ghostly apparitions. The mansion has seen its fair share of tragedy, including mysterious deaths and unexplained disappearances, adding to its eerie aura. Among these tales, one story stands out, a chilling account of footsteps echoing through the empty halls, heard by multiple witnesses. This is the story of those footsteps, a tale that will send shivers down your spine and make you question the boundaries of reality. It all started when a 13-year-old lived in a house that had a strange reputation. It was old, Victorian, and had been vacant for a while. The previous owners had lived there for decades, but something about this house felt off. The house was known in the neighborhood for its eerie aura. People whispered about the strange noises and ghostly apparitions seen by the previous owners. They had left abruptly, leaving behind all their belongings. The garden was overgrown, the windows cracked, and the paint peeling. Inside, old family photos in dusty frames, abandoned children's toys, and cobweb-covered furniture told a story of sudden departure. The rusty gate creaked in the wind, and mysterious footprints appeared on the dusty floor. Narrator. The previous owners were a reclusive family, rarely seen by the neighbors. They were known for their peculiar habits and strange rituals. Some said they practiced dark arts, while others believed they were simply eccentric. Old newspaper clippings hinted at unexplained events and disappearances linked to the house. Neighbors often gossiped about eerie shadows moving in the windows at night. It was as if the house itself was alive, watching, waiting. One night, while reading in her room, she heard it, soft footsteps. Faint, like someone walking in slippers. It was the kind of noise you think nothing of, so she assumed it was her mum. But as the sound continued, a chill ran down her spine. She put her book down and listened more intently. The footsteps seemed to be getting closer, echoing through the quiet house. Her heart pounded in her chest as she got up and walked to the door. She opened it slightly and peeked out into the dimly lit hallway. There was no one there, just shadows dancing on the walls. She closed the door quickly and leaned against it, trying to calm her racing heart. The footsteps had stopped, but the fear lingered, making it hard for her to sleep that night. She opened the door, expecting to see her mum, but the hallway was completely empty. The lights were off and no one was there. Her heart pounded in her chest as she stepped into the hallway, the floorboards creaking under her weight. She glanced around, her eyes straining to see through the darkness. A flickering light at the end of the hallway cast eerie shadows on the walls, making her feel as if she was being watched. She took a deep breath, trying to calm her nerves, but the silence was deafening. Every step she took echoed through the empty corridor, amplifying her fear. She could feel the hairs on the back of her neck stand up as she continued to walk, her mind racing with thoughts of what could be lurking in the shadows. The hallway seemed to stretch on forever, each moment more terrifying than the last. Her breathing became shallow and she could hear her own heartbeat in her ears. She hesitated, her hand trembling as she reached out to touch the wall for support. The cold, rough texture sent a shiver down her spine. She bit her lip, trying to suppress a whimper as the oppressive darkness seemed to close in around her. The next night it happened again. The footsteps, soft, shuffling, drawing closer and closer to her door. This time she couldn't ignore it. She lay in bed, heart pounding, every muscle tense. The sound was unmistakable, growing louder with each passing second. Her mind raced, trying to rationalize the noise, but fear gripped her tightly. Each night the footsteps returned, more persistent, more terrifying. She could hear the footsteps pause, then resume as if someone was hesitating just outside her room. Her fear intensified with each pause, each step. The door handle began to turn, the creak echoing in the silence. She held her breath, eyes fixed on the door, waiting for what would come next. The dread of the unknown consumed her night after night. This time she decided to wait. She quietly sat on the floor and listened, hoping to uncover the source of the sound. Her heart pounded in her chest as she strained to hear any movement. The minutes felt like hours, but she remained still, determined to find out what was causing the eerie noises. She bit her lip, deep in thought, weighing her options. Finally, she gathered the courage to peek through the crack of the door. Her hand trembled as she slowly reached for the handle, her breath shallow and quick. She glanced at the clock, the seconds ticking by agonizingly slow. When she finally looked through, what she saw shocked her. A shadowy figure moved silently in the hallway, its form barely visible in the dim light. She couldn't believe her eyes and quickly pulled back, her mind racing with fear and confusion. A shadow passed by the door, not a person, but something strange. A distorted silhouette moving swiftly, its form shifting and growing larger. She jumped back, her heart racing, slamming the door shut. The shadow lingered, its presence felt even through the closed door. She could hear her own breath, quick and shallow, as she pressed her back against the door, trying to calm her racing heart. The hallway seemed to grow darker, the air thicker with an unexplainable dread. She knew she wasn't alone, and the shadow's eerie presence was a chilling reminder of the unknown lurking just beyond the door. Peeking through a crack, she saw the shadow's ominous aura, more defined and menacing, sending shivers down her spine. Shaken, she went to her parents' room, trying to make sense of what she saw. But when she asked if they had been walking around the house, they both said no. They hadn't left their room that night. The family gathered in the living room, discussing the strange events. The parents tried to comfort their daughter, but they were just as puzzled and concerned. They talked about the footsteps, trying to find a logical explanation, but nothing made sense. The father paced back and forth, his mind racing with possibilities. The mother checked the windows and doors, making sure everything was secure. They whispered among themselves, trying to piece together the mystery. The young girl couldn't shake the feeling of unease, and her parents were worried about what might happen next. They decided to keep a closer watch on things, hoping to find some answers. The night left them all feeling unsettled, and the mystery of the footsteps lingered in their minds. The young girl even drew a picture of the footsteps, hoping it might help them understand. The footsteps echoed through the dark, empty hallways each night, growing closer and closer to her door, filling her with dread. Despite her quick attempts to catch the source, no one was ever there. The sound haunted her dreams and waking hours. Her family tried to ignore it, hoping it would stop, but the relentless footsteps continued. The ongoing occurrences became too much to bear, and they decided to move out, leaving the house behind. To this day, she still doesn't know what was walking in that house, and the mystery of the footsteps remains unsolved. The eerie sound of those footsteps still lingers in her memory, a chilling reminder of the unknown presence that once roamed their home. What do you think? Was it a ghost, a strange phenomenon, or something even more unsettling? Sometimes we encounter things that just can't be explained, and we're left wondering if we ever really want the answers. The footsteps in the haunted house have left an indelible mark on those who experience them. Each creak and groan of the old floorboards seemed to carry a story of its own. Could it be the restless spirits of those who once lived there? Or perhaps the house itself is alive, reacting to the presence of the living? Some believe that the energy of past events can imprint itself on a place, creating echoes that we perceive as hauntings. Others suggest that our own fears and imaginations can manifest these experiences. As we delve deeper into the unknown, we must ask ourselves, are we prepared for the truths we might uncover? Sometimes, the mystery is more comforting than the reality. In the end, the haunted house remains a place of unanswered questions, a reminder that some things are beyond our understanding, and maybe, just maybe, that's where the true terror lies. Whether it's the spirits of the past, the energy of the house, or our own minds playing tricks on us, the haunted house continues to captivate and terrify. It stands as a testament to the mysteries that still elude us, urging us to ponder the nature of reality and the unknown. Thanks for watching. Be sure to like, subscribe, and share if you enjoyed the story. Follow us on social media for more spine-chilling tales. Visit our website for exclusive content and behind-the-scenes footage. Stay safe and keep your eyes open for the unexplained. Gap 3S. Before we go, let's hear from some real people who have experienced similar eerie phenomena. Their stories might just make you question what you thought you knew about the world around you. Gap 2S. Cut to first interviewee, voice distorted for anonymity. I remember waking up in the middle of the night to the sound of footsteps in my hallway. I was too scared to move, but I could hear them getting closer and closer. Gap 2S. Cut to second interviewee. It was around 3 a.m. and I heard what sounded like someone pacing back and forth outside my bedroom door. When I finally got the courage to look, there was no one there. Gap 2S. Cut to third interviewee. For weeks I heard footsteps in my house every night. My family thought I was imagining things, but the sounds were real. It felt like someone or something was watching us. Gap 2S. These real-life encounters remind us that sometimes the unexplained can be right at our doorstep. Do you have a story to share? Leave it in the comments below. Let's keep the conversation going and explore the mysteries that surround us. Gap 3AS. Thanks for watching. Be sure to like, subscribe, and share if you enjoyed the story. Follow us on social media for more spine-chilling tales. Visit our website for exclusive content and behind-the-scenes footage. Stay safe and keep your eyes open for the unexplained. While the stories we've shared are certainly chilling, it's important to consider that there might be scientific explanations for these eerie footsteps. Let's delve into some possible reasons. Gap 2S. One common explanation is the phenomenon of house settling. Over time, the materials in a house can expand and contract due to changes in temperature and humidity, causing creaks and pops that can sound like footsteps. Gap 2S. Another possibility is infrasound. These are low-frequency sounds that humans can't consciously hear but can still affect our bodies and minds. Infrasound can be produced by natural events like earthquakes or even by man-made sources like engines. It has been known to cause feelings of unease, making us think we hear things that aren't there. Gap 2S. Then there's the role of our own psychology. The human brain is wired to recognize patterns and fill in gaps, especially when we're in a state of heightened alertness or fear. This can lead us to interpret ordinary sounds as something more sinister. Gap 2S. Lastly, let's not forget about the influence of sleep paralysis. This is a condition where a person is temporarily unable to move or speak while falling asleep or waking up. During these episodes, people often experience hallucinations, including auditory ones, which could explain hearing footsteps. Gap 2S. While these scientific explanations may not account for every mysterious footstep, they remind us that the line between the paranormal and the explainable can sometimes be very thin. Gap 2S. Have you ever experienced something similar and found a logical explanation? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Let's continue to explore both the mysteries and the science behind them. Gap 3S, thanks for watching. Be sure to like, subscribe, and share if you enjoyed the story. Follow us on social media for more spine-chilling tales. Visit our website for exclusive content and behind-the-scenes footage. Stay safe and keep your eyes open for the unexplained. Let's take a moment to immerse ourselves in a reenactment of the chilling events we've discussed. Imagine yourself in a quiet, dimly lit house, the kind where every creak seems to echo through the halls. Gap 2S. It's late at night, and the house is silent except for the occasional groan of settling wood. You're lying in bed, trying to fall asleep, when you suddenly hear it, the unmistakable sound of footsteps. Gap 2S. Slow, deliberate, as if someone is carefully making their way down the hallway. Your heart starts to race. You strain your ears, hoping it's just your imagination. But the footsteps continue. Gap 2S. You muster the courage to get out of bed and quietly tiptoe to your bedroom door. Peeking through the crack, you see nothing but darkness. The footsteps stop. Gap 2S. You hold your breath, waiting for any sign of movement. The hallway remains empty, but the feeling of being watched is palpable. You close the door and retreat to your bed, pulling the covers up to your chin. Gap 2S. Just as you start to relax, the footsteps return, louder this time, as if they're right outside your door. You freeze, every muscle tense, as the handle of your door slowly begins to turn. Gap 2S. In a moment of sheer terror, you bolt out of bed and fling the door open, only to find nothing. The hallway is empty, but the sense of dread lingers. Gap 2S. The next morning, you search the house for any signs of an intruder, but find none. The footsteps remain a haunting mystery, leaving you to wonder, was it all in your head, or did something otherworldly pay you a visit? Gap 2S. Have you ever experienced something similar? Share your stories in the comments below. Let's keep the conversation going about these unexplained phenomena. Gap 3S. Thanks for watching. Be sure to like, subscribe and share if you enjoyed the story. Follow us on social media for more spine-chilling tales. Visit our website for exclusive content and behind-the-scenes footage. Stay safe and keep your eyes open for the unexplained. As we conclude this eerie tale of unexplained footsteps, let's take a moment to reflect on what we've uncovered. From the first night of mysterious sounds to the haunting reenactment, each scene has painted a vivid picture of a chilling experience that many have faced, but few can explain. Whether it's the unnerving feeling of being watched or the spine-tingling sound of footsteps echoing through an empty hallway, these moments remind us that some mysteries are yet to be solved. Gap 2S. What do you think? Could these footsteps be the result of natural phenomena, or is there something more sinister at play? We invite you to share your thoughts and theories in the comments below. Have you or someone you know experienced something similar? We'd love to hear your stories. Gap 2S. Thank you for joining us on this journey into the unknown. If you enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe, and share it with others who appreciate a good mystery. Follow us on social media for more spine-chilling tales and visit our website for exclusive content and behind-the-scenes footage. Gap 2S. Remember, the world is full of unexplained phenomena, and sometimes the most unsettling mysteries are the ones that hit closest to home. Stay curious, stay vigilant, and most importantly, stay safe. Until next time, keep your eyes and ears open for the unexplained. Gap 3S. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.